Hi everyone, welcome to another section of the Nigeria TV News Scope. My name is Olatume, and today we have some news for you. The first on news that we've actually got it's about the 60 residents, soldiers killed in Borno community in Boko Haram massacre, still ongoing. Then followed by the man that cancelled his wedding after his fiancée refused to let member of his family join the bridal train. Then we have, following that, is the circular directing Edo State teachers to cut grasses, surfaces ahead of resumption. We spoke about this earlier during the week, and there was a rebuttal from the Edo State government that such does not really happen. Okay, so then lastly, we're going to be talking about the 16 rescued as gunmen abduct passengers on the Bini Express Road. I'm sure that those of us that actually saw this earlier in the we actually saw this news earlier in the week. We didn't really have anything. We just knew that it actually happened, and it's really, really disheartening to actually see something like this. Really happening. It's really sad. So, okay, without much ado, so let's kick off with the first storyline. So, the story that we've actually got there says at least 60 people, including residents and travelers, have been killed in a brutal attack by Boko Haram terrorists in the Bama local government area of Borno State. According to Yewo Express News, the three killings occurred around 9 p.m. on Friday, September, when the insurgents stormed Darul Jamal, a recently resettled community near Banki town, unleashing violence that lasted through the night. Eyewitnesses and security sources said terrorists opened fire indiscriminately, targeting unsuspecting residents and travelers who were passing through the area. At least 59 civilians and 5 soldiers were killed, yet several others have gone missing, a local source told reporters. Among those confirmed dead were 7 drivers and 6 laborers from Babatown and Maiduguri who had been engaged in construction efforts in the community. Many displaced persons who had recently been relocated to Darul Jamal from the government science secondary school IDP camp were also among the victims. The attack left behind widespread destruction with more than 20 houses and 10 buses set ablaze by the terrorists. Families searching for their loved ones fear the death toll may rise as dozens remain unaccounted for. You know, to be quite honest, right? I mean, I've said this before that we are not taking this seriously enough. Please don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that there are some efforts are not being made. We have what really pained me the most is the security services, soldiers, police officers, um, the community vigilantes. You know, these people are losing their life. So I can't but help, thinking about uh, the aspect that, but is the government doing enough? Honestly, I personally, my personal opinion on this is that the government need to call a state of emergency. This has gone on long enough. We are not some small African state country. The fact that Nigeria is a country of well over 200 to 250 million people that should say something that this thing the gloves needs to come off. All the issue, look, everything that is happening now, as far as I'm concerned, yes, good efforts, but right now, I'm sorry to say, but it's not working. It's not working. It's a bit like that game, where when you go to one of these fairs where the rats will pop up, they try to smack it, they come up in another place, they try to smack it down. They're, just popping up all over the place. You need to see what is going on across the country. It's sheer madness. What is really amazing about all of this is that I am seeing people are going around as if things are normal. No, 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 no. Look, we need to call it what it is. things are not normal in Nigeria at the moment. Yes, we are not, we're not trying to create panic or anything like that. No. What we're saying is that the government needs to dig its heels in, take some serious steps, you know, and really, really, really knuckle down on this. We need a state of emergency. We need a state of emergency in Nigeria, especially in the. We will start with the hot spots areas, especially in the north. Even I actually saw. I think I actually saw a news headline that says that the northern leaders as well, they are actually calling for a state of emergency in the north. So I don't understand why there is so much reluctance. Are we just happy to just go through the motion to say, hey, we're doing something? No, I think we need to actually deal with this quite strongly. This, I mean, this is not, no, this is not good enough. We need to get this sorted out. This needs to actually be enough is enough. We need a state of emergency. So the next is that we've actually got what we've got next is about this is a bit okay. I think I will go with this before I talk about the other ones. A man cancels his wedding after his fiancée refused to let his own blood sister join a bridal train. Sometimes you see all these singles who comes out and say, "Oh, I'm not married. I am actually looking." There are no men. No, it's not because men are not available to marry, but it's because the attitude itself, the character of some of these women, it leaves a lot to be desired. Honestly, it takes somebody that is totally oblivious to reality of a man that is totally oblivious to any form of reality will marry such women. I can tell you that. I mean, how can you even? What is it about it? The wedding is only one day. Marriage is a lifetime. So it says a lot about this prospective bride. So it's not surprising that the groom, well, the guy just decide to cancel. Seriously, I mean, let me just bring this up very quickly. I've tried to sort of make sense of it, and I'm now thinking, no, there is definitely something wrong with this. This is sheer madness. There is something wrong with this. It is in a situation like this. It's a bit like somebody that has a business. You know, you have people who are there. Um, One of the worst things that you can actually have with people is somebody that pretends to be on your side, and they are creating all kinds of madness. And what you will find out along the way is that you will now start seeing some character, some attitude start showing up. You see some malicious intent, destruction. What goes round comes round, hundredfold. So in the same way, in this same vein here, when you're actually talking about this person, this is exactly your your life partner, your husband says, "Let my sister be part of your body." It's supposed to be a unification of a family. The man and the woman coming together to become one. And here we have this woman already showing, no, you can't. My friends are no. This one, I think she's all about the marriage ceremony. She is not prepared for. Uh, uh, she's just prepared for the wedding. She's not prepared for the marriage that is supposed to last a lifetime. And so many women are doing exactly that. So it says, man cancels wedding after his fiancée refused to let his sister join her bridal train. This guy was planning to get married to this girl. They had already fixed the wedding dates and sent out the invites, but the marriage had to be cancelled a few days ago because his would-be wife refused his request to have one of his sisters participate as one of our bridesmaids, just one. Baba spoke to her for days about it, trying to convince her because he had discussed it with his sister, but she remained adamant. He just had to end the marriage before it even began. Are you surprised? Any sane man, even woman self, if the shoes were on the other feet, even if it's a man as well, the same treatment ought to be applied. As a woman, why would something this trivial be an issue for you? A wedding is funding, even if it's not funding the wedding. It says a lot. Seriously. No. It's really sad. So I'm sure. I don't know. What do you guys think? Well, put up your opinion or your comments um, on the comment section. Yeah, just leave your comments there. I mean, is she right to actually do that? Yes, we know it's her wedding day, special day. It's only one day. It says a lot. If somebody can destroy their future because of just one special day, I'm sorry. There is nothing anyone can say to actually justify that. That's my opinion. So, well, um, so the next story is about the situation in Edo State. The circular that is directing Edo teachers to cut grasses surfaces ahead of resumption. If you remember, some few days earlier, people actually denied this. They were like, the state government in Edo State actually denied it. They said, nothing like that, sir. What do you mean? Nothing like that. That our teachers, we don't treat them like that. Well, what they say about the truth is like oil. It will always rise to the top. It will always rise to the top. That is just exactly what it is. It will always rise to the top. So basically, it just says circular directing Edo teachers to cut classes. It actually came up, but one thing, no. But let's hang on. What if it is fake? They could use that could be used as a defense. The Edo State government will come out to say actually it's fake. So, well, there is so let me rephrase it. There is a circular purportedly set to be from the Edo State government directing teachers to go and cut grass. So, what if this circular is by some scammers or some people, some disgruntled elements within Edo State who are really trying very hard to destabilize and distort the policies and achievement of the Edo State government? What if? Because we actually saw that circular, so is it genuine? So that's the question. So I'm just putting a caveat on that we should tread carefully here, because if they've actually come out earlier to sort of come out to say, well, this is not true. So does it not make sense to sort of correct this? That I'm sure they are not contradicting themselves. Why would they deny then now release another a circular? So this is something I think we need to actually dig in further. So we'll take this with a pinch of salt. So we'll tread carefully on this because it's not making sense. I believe that the Edo State government or administration currently, they are on top of their game. So that means that there is no way, because they will actually come out to deny, then later on they'll actually send a circular now confirming what has been denied earlier. Now I don't think so as well. So I think we need to sort of wait and see what the government actually has to say in regards to this. I can bet you 100% that they are going to say that definitely they didn't release that. So it might be something that is fake, just somebody trying to create issues for the administration. So we're going to leave that one. So without much ado, so the last one that we're actually going to be talking about, it's about the 16 rescued government abducted passengers along Benin Express Road. This thing is really, really bold. I mean, Honestly, when I actually saw this, I was like, no, this is a terrible thing. Yeah, this is a terrible thing. I have a dog here that is making noise. Come on, Shiba, up. Well, so without much ado, when I saw this story, that was yesterday. I mean, my heart really goes out because look, all you need to do, like I've said before, you need to listen to some of the things that have been said earlier in regards to these people here. Okay, you need to actually look at what it is, what people are being made to face. It's a terrible thing. It's a terrible thing. I will not even wish that on my worst enemy, regardless. Even when I feel that they deserve something like that, I can assure you of that. It's not something that anybody, any normal human being, should be meant to face. These people are inhuman. I've always said that these people are demons in human form. That's all I can say. These are people who cannot function in a normal civil society. They can only function where there is destruction, where there is war, where there is death, violence, destruction and chaos. That is the only way. So I mean, that actually, those are the characteristics of demons. That's where they can operate. They can't operate in a normal place. So these people are like that. You can't even call them people. They are worse than animals. They are worse than animals. So, so the story actually goes that because this is an update that we're getting here. It says 16 passengers of commercial bus abducted along the Benin to Iyeri, Agbanekaka, Oluku Road, Edo State on Friday, September 5th, have been rescued. This was confirmed by the spokesperson of Edo State Police Command, CSP Moses Joe Yamu. A video of the commuters of the road moment after the abduction occurred made the rounds on social media this morning. According to the report, the abduction occurred around 4:30 p.m. Reacting via his ex-handle, Yamu wrote, 16 of the victims have been rescued so far. As search and rescue operations by at Edo Police NG continue. You see, so we had one of the commentators by the name Edo Liga 2025 is coming. Kidnappers along Benin Akure Road just kidnapped everyone inside the Edo line bus and the Camry. This is getting too much. Something needs to be done as soon as possible. I agree. 16 of the the CSP, which is absolutely brilliant. The PRO information here is just fantastic. The way they actually responded. 16 of the victims have been rescued so far. As search and rescue operations by Edo Police continue. So I'm not going to show the video. It's just at this time, it's just going to be. It's not a very good thing to watch. Honestly, you see the cars are just there, just actually lying down. That sort of thing. So you're not looking at that sort of situation there. You know, nobody actually wants those sort of information to be heard out. Honestly, you see an empty bus emptied. These guys have liver, evil liver. They just create wherever they go, and we've been told that is it that our border is that porous? We need state of emergency. We need state of emergency in the country ASAP. Enough for all this dragging and trying to say what. In order for investment for a country to grow, we need to have a stable environment across the country. We need to, in some part of Nigeria right now, the north, especially the middle belt, I think they should start from there. Some parts of the southeast, um, maybe a bit in the southwest as well. So this thing is touching every part of the country. It is. It needs to be sorted out. We need to actually get this sorted out. So thank you, everyone. So we'll be back again same time tomorrow. So I just want to say thank you, everybody, and Good night, God bless, and see you again same time tomorrow. Good night.